So here we have all the measured parameter of the pH, temperature, dissolved oxygen, and we can see that everything is working all right. Now we stop the agitator, take the reactor to the autoclave, autoclave it at 121 degrees centigrade at 15 psi for 20 minutes, and then bring it back. So we will just disconnect all the components. The stirrer assembly is disconnected from the reactor. pH probe coupling at the top has to be loosened, and we leave that upper coupling over here. We remove the tubes of the acid and alkali from the peristaltic pump. We also put cotton at the ends of these tubing and put aluminum foil so that during the sterilization it should not get wet. This also do this. We remove the temperature probe also. So as you can see, the reactor is again disconnected from the machine and it's ready to go in the autoclave. Had it been in situ autoclavable reactor, we could have autoclaved the reactor right in place, but it is autoclavable reactor, so it has to go to the autoclave. We autoclave it and then bring it back and connect all the pH, temperature, dissolved oxygen probe as I've done it a moment ago. Okay, now we are ready to autoclave the reactor. The reactor is all dressed up. It's ready to go in the autoclave. So we'll just put the entire vessel with the medium in the autoclave. While putting the reactor inside, we have to make sure that the exit air line is open. Otherwise, the pressure will be built up in the reactor and the vessel may burst. So the exit air line has to be open, that has to be ensured, We also put the glucose solution bottle, which has a custom made spout so that it can really be transferred to the reactor. The contents can be transferred to the reactor nicely. So if you can see, we have a spout over here. So this we can use to transfer the contents to the reactor directly without any contamination. So now we will just close the lid of the reactor. So after it is tight, we put on the reactor and open the air exit line so that we can remove the air which is there in the environment inside the autoclave. So once the steam starts bleeding from this air outlet line, then we'll close this valve and let the pressure rise to 15 psi, and then we'll maintain that pressure for 20 minutes for autoclaving. So as you can see, the reactor is now autoclaved perfectly. We let the steam pressure come to 0, then we open the lid, and once it is cooled down, it's ready to take out from the autoclave. Slowly, very carefully, we remove the bottles and the reactor from the autoclave and take it to the bench to connect it to the basic console of the reactor. Okay, now we are ready to connect the autoclave reactor to the main unit of the bioreactor. So first of all, we will connect the air to the reactor. This is important because if we have a positive pressure from the reactor, then there will be less chances of contamination. So the first thing we do is we connect the air so that the vessel is under the positive air pressure. It has to be done aseptically. As you can see near the flame, we connect it. Open the pinch cork so that we have the air going nicely in the reactor. You can see the bubbling now. So we are now ready to connect the dissolved oxygen probe. We open the cap of the DO probe, and by means of upper flanges, upper connectors of the controller, we just connect the DO probe to the DO controller. Careful. Okay. We connect the pH probe to the pH controller by opening the cap of the pH probe. pH tubings, the acid-alkali tubings now go to the different respective peristaltic pumps. These are easy load peristaltic pumps, so you just open the upper portion of the peristaltic pump, insert the tubing, and you are just connected. You are just connected to the bioreactor. As you can see, just pass in the tubing in that peristaltic pump, connect the upper lid, and the pump is ready. Before we use, we have to prime the pumps so that basically the liquid acid or alkali reaches to the top of the vessel. Aseptically, we connect the tubings now to the acid and alkali bottles. So we bring the flame and the tube goes inside the flask as shown over here. Connect the plug of the acid bottle. Same way we do it for base. Near the flame, we open the cap, put the tubing inside, and put the plug back into the flask. So the acid and alkali reservoirs are now connected to the controller. We can now calibrate the dissolved oxygen probe. So we set the settings for the calibration of the dissolved oxygen probe, and as you see over here, the values of the dissolved oxygen in the bioreactor, it is increasing, So as the liquid in the bioreactor is getting saturated, the value of the dissolved oxygen in the calibration chart is coming close to 0. After a while, when the values are, even if the values are not 100%, we make it 100% by this knob, and just set it by the calib button. So it's calibrated for 100%. It's now measuring 100%. We can back check it for 0% reading by purging the nitrogen in this, and we see that whether or not the instrument is reading when there is no oxygen, reading 0 when there is no availability of oxygen in the reactor. So we will now see what is the pH value. It has been, you might remember, we have already calibrated the pH probe before autoclaving. We checked the values of the fermentation broth from a pH meter outside. If there is a deviation in the measured value of the pH, which is seen over here, we just adjust it by the adjustment knob here and set the pH to whatever values. So instrument is now measuring right values of dissolved oxygen and the pH. We put the we have the temperature probe also. We connect the temperature probe also in the thermowell. And we pass the we pass the chill water through the chill water circulation unit, We are basically connecting the inlet and outlet of the chill water to the chill water assembly so that we can circulate the constant temperature water through it. So in case we want to measure and control 30 degrees in the bioreactor, we will pass the water of 30 degrees in the jacket of the reactor, and it will maintain 30 degrees inside the reactor. Okay, so now it's trying to maintain at 30 degrees centigrade. Gradually it will come to 30. In the meanwhile, we will transfer the sterilized glucose solution in the bioreactor near the flame. So as you remember, this was autoclaved separately. Near the flame, we open the connector to the reactor, and it goes into one of the ports like this. Okay, now everything is set. Temperature, pH, dissolved oxygen, everything is connected to the controller. We put the agitator so that we have the mixing in the reactor. Put the agitator on by pressing the start and then stirrer. So as you can see the start, agitation has started. We will now inoculate the inoculum. We will now transfer